Okay, it's day 2, and our floor really dried nicely.
It did.
That fan, we left the fan on overnight. And to recap what we did yesterday, we washed it, we etched the surface with a little acid, being really careful. We rinsed it and then power washed all of that Portland cement that came to the surface.
That's right.
And if we look at this surface now, boy, it sure
You
is
can-
a lot rougher than it
You
was.
can really
when we
feel
started,
that.
huh?
Absolutely.
So what
There
is
you go.
that roughness going to do for us?
That roughness is going to give us a bonding tooth, a texture that the material is going to lock onto.
Okay.
And now, since we've also opened up the pores, the product is going to lock into the pores.
Now the next step you said was optional. The primer is optional. It's not required.
That's right.
So if someone's going to do a monolithic finish that is void of any grout joints, they don't need the primer.
They don't.
But because we're going to do something really cool here, which is going to look like tile, the primer goes on and creates the illusion of a grout joint after stencil tape and the RollerRock is applied. Is that right?
That is right, and that is why the color of the primer is the color of grout.
I love that. So what do?
We just paint the floor.
Let's do it. Well, I'm checking my watch, and it's been less than an hour for a 2-car garage. Now, granted, there were a couple of us rolling on, so it may take a little longer if it's a one-man or one-woman show, but we have this gray primer across the entire floor. It really looks terrific. What's next?
Next is we're going to allow the primer to dry. And again, the reason that we use the primer is because we want a grout line effect in this floor. It's going to look like stone slabs.
So our next step after the primer dries is to apply the Daich stencil tape, which
got
is
it.
very narrow, what, about 3/8 of an
Quarter
inch?
inch.
Quarter of an inch.
Yep.
And that's going to create the illusion of grout joints. We'll roll that tape up the curves because we're going to cover it with RollerRock, and you're not going to be able to see it
That's right.
on the horizontal, but
Yes.
we're going to have it up slightly
Yep.
so that we can locate the tape after the RollerRock has been applied and peel it off to expose the grout joint.
You got it.
So we're going to let this dry. Because it's a little cloudy and overcast, a little drizzly, we're going to err on the safe side and let this dry overnight, come back tomorrow, put our tape on, and then go with the RollerRock.
You have it, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, how about that? So join us for our next step and see the metamorphosis of Chris and Tina's garage with Peter Daich and the Carey brothers on the house, onthehouse.com.